More changes are coming to the New York Jets, and Jets fans are fired up over this, as there's been a lot of discourse surrounding what this team is going to look like as a finished product once the offseason closes out, and Aaron Glenn has spoken out on things, breaking down where everything stands for the New York Jets for specific positions and for a specific player who a lot of Jets fans hold in a very high stock right now. And also there's some following implications based off some rookies as well, and we're going to break all this down. So a lot to talk about today, guys. What's up? Welcome back to Jets Digest. It's Chris here, and we're going to jump right into things as always. Guys, if you're part of that 67% that's not subscribed to Jets Digest, make sure to subscribe for daily videos like this and much more. Me and Matt are putting out content every single day of this Jets offseason. I know sometimes as part of the offseason gets boring. You want some football news. Well, me and Matt will always have a video for you guys. Always have something to talk about at Jets Digest. But let's jump into the video. There is a lot to go over because, well, there is a Jets young player, not really a rookie, or not a rookie anymore, who a lot of us had a lot of hope in last season. The Jets, a contending team last year, obviously didn't end that way, but were built as a contending team. We're deep in a lot of different areas, wide receiver being one of them, specifically after the Jets traded for Davante Adams, a move that paid off not at all. So, in a guy like Malachi Corley, he was someone who really, this team was not built exactly for him. The Jets traded up to land Malachi Corley. They loved him in the draft, but they did have multiple receivers. They had Garrett Wilson. They had Allen Lazard out there. And most importantly, a few weeks in, they traded for Davante Adams. That made Malachi Corley's life really hard with the Jets because it meant that despite being a third-round draft pick, and which sometimes, depending on teams, especially usually 5-win teams, third-round draft picks do get some good burn on the football field, but that did not happen with Corley. And now, looking at this new Jets regime with Darren Mougey at the helm, with Aaron Glenn as the head coach, what we've seen is a complete overturn on this squad to where the culture is different now. And Aaron Mougey, I knew I was going to do it at some point. And Aaron Glenn and Darren Mougey have both been adamant about instilling their own guys who they believe will work in their system. And by system, I more than anything mean their grit, determination, more mental system than anything else. The fact is, this is a team in the New York Jets that is hungry to win, and they want players who are hungry to win. That in no way is an indictment of Malachi Corley, but he was not brought in by this regime, making his life a little bit harder, and it has fans wondering if Corley's even going to make the roster this season, as there's a world where he does get cut. There's been multiple reports on that, and Jets beat writer Antoine Staley brought that up and said Corley has been absent from OTA practices this spring due to an undisclosed injury. OTAs were supposed to be an opportunity for Corley to show he deserves a larger role on the Jets roster, but it is challenging to make the club from the tub, and outside of that, Staley also mentions that as long as Corley is healthy and ready for training camp, he will have a good chance to make the Jets' 53-man roster. Glenn appears to have a clear idea of how the Jets offense would like to utilize Corley, given his skill set. He is also a relatively young and affordable option, and the Jets are embarking on a youth movement in year one of the Glenn and Mougey era. So in that front, yes, 100% Malachi Corley fits in this under 30 team of guys they've acquired thus far. Now there are guys over 30, but for the most part, this is a team under 30. The 130-year-old signed by the Jets was Josh Reynolds, who did turn 30 this year. So they've clearly wanted to make a statement on making this youth movement. With this Jets team, that does help Corley. But Corley, who had a chance to go into OTAs and say, you're bringing in your own guy in Arian Smith, you're doing this, that, and the other thing. Allen Lazard, as of right now, is still on the New York Jets. I need to prove myself. I need to prove that I can become this team's wide receiver 2. Right now, there is no wide receiver 2 for this team. What we know about Aaron Glenn is that he's going to run a run-heavy offense. That's a fact. We know that Justin Fields is a big part of that. We know that Breece Hall is going to be a big part of that unless he gets traded, which feels unlikely. We know that Isaiah Davis, Braylon Allen, both those two guys are going to become big parts of it. And then you look at a guy in Malachi Corley who's able to run the ball as well, who's able to sort of take that Deebo Samuel role, getting screens and breaking out from there, getting some run plays designed for him as well. This is a situation for Corley where he could really see himself thrive in a more modern but run-heavy offense. Corley also is a big guy. You can see in the photo, he's got a lot of muscle tonnage on it. He's got to be ready to block because, as Aaron Glenn has put it, no block, no rock. If you're not blocking for your runners, then you're not getting the ball passed to you. You're not getting on the field and getting a chance to do so. So you have to go out there and you have to show that grit, that determination, that anger, that willingness to do whatever it takes to not only get on the field, but to evidently win these games. So where things stand right now, Malachi Corley has a lot to prove for this New York Jets team, and he did not get the chance to do that during OTAs, which is another step in the wrong direction. That's not Corley's fault, but it is not clear what this injury is. Now, hopefully he's feeling better now. It's important, not only because I want the Jets to be at their best, but I also don't want anyone to be dealing with an injury at all. And Corley is a guy who's young. He gives the Jets hope. He's a guy who was great in 2022 in Western Kentucky. He was also, mind you, he was great in 2023 as well. But that 2022 season for Corley was really when he showed up and showed out. Had 1,295 receiving yards on 101 receptions. Both of those leading the CUSA conference. On top of that, the next year, he had 11 touchdowns for the second season in a row. The guy was a touchdown machine at college. He was a hard worker. He rushed the ball. I mean, not much, but he did get some rushing attempts. And we would see that on the New York Jets if Corley's able to make a name for himself on the field. He will get a few chances to run that ball as well. The same way that, despite being a much different player, it wouldn't be shocking if Garrett Wilson's getting a jet sweep here or there once or twice just because the talent that he has with running the football and just the talent Garrett Wilson has in a general sense, it wouldn't be the most shocking thing in the world. But this is where Corley would be able to shine in an offense that's going to mix it up like this. Now, they have Garrett Wilson. He's the number one receiver. We all know that. He's got 1,104 yards to his name last season and over 3,000 for his career. The man has been excellent. He had 7 touchdowns last year, doubling his career touchdown amount as well. Wilson is ready for another breakout year this year. He is the undisputed wide receiver one of this team with an already built-in connection to Justin Fields. This Jets offense is not fully built around Garrett Wilson, but the receiving is built around Garrett Wilson, and there's no doubt about it. They brought in Fields, not just because of Wilson, but that didn't hurt. And on top of that, we've seen Wilson be the number one option, while these number two receivers, and I say receivers because it's going to be a number 2 wide receiver by committee type deal, there's going to be multiple different guys who get these chances on any given game to really show up and be that number 2 guy. And look, I mean, it's going to be hard, but Corley's included in that list. It's just a matter of showing that he can do it, and he's going to have to show that during training camp, because where things stand right now, you look at Corley and you just sort of can start rattling guys off. Say Lazard is here, just for the sake of the point. Lazard, Josh Reynolds, Tyler Johnson, Arian Smith. It's 4 guys already ahead of him. However, as we know, Aaron Glenn has spoke pretty glowingly on Malachi Corley thus far. As he said, here's what I remember from Corley: his ability to get the ball in his hands and make something happen. And when you have a player like that, the first thing you think about is screens. You think about punt return, kick return. You think about things like that. Now, we have a ways to go to really try to figure out exactly where we're going to place him. Because he's been in and out, that's just what it is. But there's a plan for him, and we're going to make sure that we try to utilize him to do what he can do best. And we've seen that in college, and hopefully he gets well soon, and we get a chance to utilize his skill set. So despite the fact that Corley was not drafted by this regime, Aaron Glenn's not writing him off. And the plan of what it sounds like right now, if you're going to decipher that, is, yeah, he's going to get those screen passes at points, but he might have to prove himself. He might have to go into special teams and show something. And if you're Malachi Corley, you have to take that in stride. You don't have any leverage right now. The one big play you're remembered for is dropping the ball a yard early and not scoring your first career touchdown and having a very forgettable rookie year outside of that, where you only had 3 receptions to begin with for 16 yards. So things are a little tough for Malachi Corley right now. He's going to have to figure out a way to going about this the right way. And you look at everything that's going on, you see that Josh Reynolds is someone who's loved by Aaron Glenn, who Darren Mougey is a fan of. Yeah, he only had 194 yards last year in the 9 games he played, and that was only 13 receptions, had a touchdown in the process, but still, not much. His role is bigger this year. Why? Because he's not afraid of blocking, and no means is that an indictment of anyone else in the Jets. I'm just saying that they know he's not, and because Glenn knows him, it's going to give Reynolds a bit of a leg up as sort of a veteran leader on this team. And on top of that, you look at Arian Smith's numbers, a guy guy who was drafted by Darren Mougey just a few months ago. And we see this man has been great. I mean, in college, showed that massive speed threat, finally got on the field consistently in 2024 in Georgia. I mean, Georgia's got a million receivers. It's not really anything against Smith, and it's more just Georgia, so, as we know. So with that all in mind, you kind of consider everything and understand, you know what? It's going to be tough for Malachi Corley. If he gets thrown on special teams, he's going to have to react the right way. He can't really get angry about it. He's just got to take it in stride and continue to go out there and play his game. And if he does that, there's a good chance that Malachi Corley is going to find himself with good reps on the field. And I still believe that Corley can get it done. It's going to be tough. It's going to be an uphill battle. So once he gets healthy, he's going to have to show something in training camp. He's going to have to show something in those preseason games. The good news is he'll likely get a chance to, or at least enough of a chance to, that if he does something special with how bad the Jets receiving core is outside of Garrett Wilson, Corley's got a shot here. But what do you guys think about all this? Do you think that he should get a bigger chance? Let me know in the comments down below. Be sure to get back to you. Like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Have a great day, and go Jets.